This might get weird.
Are we rolling?
We're rolling.
Well, cheers, Grace Helbig.
Cheers, Mamrie Hart.
And a big old happy birthday to you.
Oh, man. Yeah, on the day we're recording this is apparently my birthday.
Yeah.
I'm apparently
Studies show.
37 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad because...
Well, we didn't even get to talk really about you celebrating your birthday.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get into it, but I'm so glad because there's something about, like, I was always the oldest of you and Hannah, and, you know, we'd make jokes about it.
You still are.
No, but there's something about
Hannah
crossing the threshold. There's something about crossing the threshold after, like, 35, 36, that it's like, oh, now we're the same.
Yeah, no, I mean, there feels like there's this weird dead zone between 35 and 40 that you're like, I don't remember exactly what the age is, but I'm somewhere in that area of my life right now.
Yeah, that's so funny. You're like, no, Hannah surpassed. She lapped us.
Yeah, Hannah's wise
adults.
Beyond the years.
Oh my gosh, but happy birthday.
Thank you.
Also, it's Gwyneth Paltrow's birthday. Did you know you shared a birthday?
I do, and I think with Avril Lavigne too.
Oh.
All of the spectrum of blondes. Yeah.
That is quite, like, is that Illuminati? Are you guys Illuminati?
We have never been in the same room. We might all be the same person. Scientists are checking.
Wow.
Yeah.
Should we start a conspiracy theory? Like, you know how people say Avril isn't Avril?
Right, that she's had like some double that like poses in all of her meet and greet photos.
Exactly. That she hasn't been here forever. I think 37 is a good age to start a conspiracy theory about you.
Conspiracy theories are too sensitive.
Oh.
I'm okay not being involved in any of them. However,
well, I guess I'll take down my Reddit post.
I did see a headline that says like Gwyneth Paltrow is accepting her sagging skin.
Oh my
So like that's good that journalists are letting us know the most important news of the day.
The thing is, though, two things.
Yeah.
The first thing is that, girl, you have a whole company that I think originally Goop was skincare. You know what I mean? Like, or telling people what they should,
some sort of
what
wellness brand for like body and spirit and all that.
And then also the whole idea of like
get mad. See, you're pointing and I'm seeing the head go back and forth.
You know, the whole idea of like someone who is that level of rich, aging gracefully is like, honey.
Yeah.
No, aging, like you're still have the best
resources for literally
facials,
everything.
Trainers, chef, all that jazz.
We're all going to CVS and trying to get face rollers to keep up.
Girl, we are getting knockoff, not real rose quartz at the clearance section of TJ Maxx, putting them in our freezer and trying to depuff.
I'm hoping that whatever candles that I buy on clearance are doing as much work as Gwyneth's are for everyone.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, what's going to come out now? Like old pussy? Like, what's her next candle? Menopause?
Honestly, I don't put it past her.
Yeah.
Yeah, to have a menopausal candle that's supposed to like calm you down when you're getting like a hot flash or something.
Or that's like an ode to my menstruation, and it's like it's like of her periods past. Sorry, this has gotten so gross, and we're not even 5 minutes in. I also wanted to say, woot woot. It's our 200th episode.
This is our 200th episode, which is collectively how many years you and I have been on the internet.
Yeah.
So it feels appropriate to celebrate. I don't even know how to process that number.
I don't either. Is that a big deal?
Well, we're letting you guys know that we know it's the 200th episode, and we only know because Nick, who edits our episodes, told us this morning. There's no way that we would have talked about this independently of him telling us.
Absolutely not. We are so out of it. He said, he was like, by the way, it's your 200th episode if you want to call that out. And so thank you, listeners, for listening and sticking around. This podcast started because we had a different thing fail.
Yeah.
So let that be a pep talk for you.
There you go. You can transform and pivot, and you can find your stride in talking about weird food and animal behavior.
Yeah. Well, should I get right into it?
Yes. Wait. Okay. You're going to talk about the little squirrel.
Spoilers.
Not my new children's book that I'm working on.
Okay. Well, last time when we left off on this.
Yes.
On this podcast, previously in Critter Corner, we were talking about how I had a squirrel who was acting crazy, and I like tried animal control, and they basically put me on hold for a million years.
Right.
And eventually, I think like some leaf blowers scared it off, and I hadn't seen it since, right? Okay. So, you guys, I am on last week's podcast actively saying how much I hate squirrels.
Yes.
Like that they have fully bumped up in the Abby Lee Miller pyramid of things, small animals I do not like, right? Because they're just too cocky in this neighborhood.
Yeah, they have, they're squirrely. They literally have unpredictable behavior and a boldness that I don't know what they're going to do.
They have heft to them.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like winter is, do like squirrels hibernate in warm climates? Like, do they really have to beef up and then sit in a tree when it's still 90 degrees here? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know that they like store nuts away and stuff like that. But
yeah,
I don't know
who doesn't?
But I don't know if that's something that California squirrels
do. That's what
I'm
saying. Are Cali and hot weather squirrels, do they actually hibernate? When I would be locked up in that little like hole or wherever they hibernate, being like, y'all, it's still summer.
It's 95 degrees outside.
Why are we? It's like me when I crank the AC and light a pumpkin candle. I'm like, who are you fooling? But anyway, so I was actively talking about like fuck squirrels forever.
Yep.
And then Grace is on her way out and goes, "Is that a baby squirrel?"
It was a little guy in your front yard.
Little little squirrel,
just hanging, sitting,
doing
not really
nothing,
doing anything. Little bits of movement, but nothing like indicating a direct injury or like, I was just like, he's either super high and just chilling or like he's lost.
Like the squirrel, it would look like he smoked indica.
Yeah.
Like he was just kind of frozen. And I was like, well, I don't know if that's just a squirrel who hasn't developed a fear of humans. Yeah. And then I freaked out because I had the crazy ass squirrel a few days earlier. So I'm texting my landlord being like, because we got like new like people who get the leaves out of here, like landscapers and stuff. We got new, and I was like, "Hey, this is odd, but can you make sure they're not using anything in our yard that like
attracting them,
or that just like makes them crazy? You know what I mean? If a squirrel steps on some chemical and then like scratches his little face, and now he's like bath salt squirrel.
Well, there's that story about that bear that was super high that overseas that they had to like take to an animal hospital. But it's possible. You have no idea.
So he was like, "No, I'm pretty sure they just get the leaves out of the yard." So I was like, "Okay." So Grace leaves, and on her way out, like she gets close to it, and it doesn't move at all.
It's like looking at me, and there's no noticeable injury. And I don't know if squirrels work like birds, where it's like if a baby bird flies out of the nest and the mom doesn't know, that it's just like on its own kind of thing.
Or stunned. Right. Like we've seen hummingbirds and things where you're like, oh, you ran into something, and now it's like, I just need a minute, man.
Yeah. Stars. Yeah.
So you leave, and I'm like sending videos to Chip, and I'm like, there's this little squirrel, and
cute as can be.
Oh, I have so many videos that are going on Patreon.
Yay.
But I was like, what is going on? And I have to get ready because I'm like going to a thing.
Yeah.
That was my actual birthday. No, that was last Tuesday. But I was going to like a dinner that night.
Yes.
I had to be there on time. So I'm like getting out of the shower. I look, baby squirrel still there. I'm like, oh fuck me. So then I'm like coming back, doing a little makeup. Literally, I sat at my front door. So now I've gone
like
from hating squirrels to 30 minutes later, all I care about is the well-being of this baby squirrel.
Yeah, I mean, it looked so vulnerable.
Grace, I'm sitting there putting on bronzer.
Yeah.
And going, oh, is that another baby squirrel walks up to it? And I'm like, oh shit, we've got a sibling, right?
Okay.
Now, when I tell you for the next 10 minutes, I've been so emotionally wrecked. Don't worry, it doesn't get too sad.
Okay.
Literally, the other squirrel straight up gets on top, puts its arm around, and the other squirrel just lays flat down as if its sibling is like, I'm coming here to comfort you in your last few minutes.
Oh no.
I'm not kidding. I have video of it where if I put like the Notebook soundtrack to it, you would cry.
Oh,
I'm literally I'm sending Chip videos being like, this is the most gut-wrenching thing I've ever seen in my life. Oh my God. Like, what do I do? Do I put on gloves, go out there, get the little squirrel and bring him to a small animal hospital? Also, squirrels die all the time. All of a sudden, I give a fuck about squirrels?
Right. Is this just nature, or do I need to nurture right now? That's like on an episode of Alone. It's burned into my brain. You know, they hunt for their food all the time. There was one scene, and anyone that's watched that show will know this, where a squirrel gets stuck in a snare and the mom squirrel runs back and it's caught on camera that this mom squirrel just starts screaming at the baby that's dying in the snare, and it is like watching Bambi in real life.
It's crazy. So I'm watching this brother squirrel comfort the little squirrel, like laying on top, and the other squirrel is just motionless. And I'm like, oh my God, he just died in his arms tonight. It fully is like a scene in like, I don't watch war films, but Band of Brothers.
Sure, okay.
Where I'm like, oh God, one of them got at the landmine, and the other one's like holding them and is like, you know, like just go, leave me. So I'm watching it. I'm in tears as I'm putting on makeup. I'm like doing it all. So then I'm like, I have to do something, right?
Yeah.
So I go and I grab a couple of raw cashews that I have that I keep on file for my vegan Caesar dressing.
I thought you were saying for the variety of critters you have here.
So I get a ramekin of water.
Okay.
I'm just like, last ditch effort, right?
Yeah.
So I go outside, and I don't want to get too close because like I also don't want rabies.
That's fair.
If that's why this little guy is freaking out, you know what I mean? So they don't even move. I'm within like a foot of them, and he's just still like just looking at me like, I'm not moving. I'm not leaving my brother here. I put down the ramekin and I toss like 4 raw cashews, and I'm like, oh, I can't even watch this.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta leave. I come back. I look outside. The other one like has a cashew and has another one for him, and they start eating them
together.
They start eating cashews.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, okay, maybe there's hope.
Okay.
I see the one who was well come over, get a little water. The other one, they eat some more cashews.
Okay.
The guy gets a little pep in his step.
Okay.
All of a sudden, I go out there to get them more cashews, and they're like alert and a little nervous.
They're
of me.
awake now.
I'm like, holy smokes, right? So then I get fully dressed. I have to leave at this point. Yeah. Guess who shows up? Deadbeat mother.
What?
The mother squirrel shows up. She's drinking the water. I said, that was not for you. So
you got scammed.
Literally, Grace, in the video, I go, are you curly suing these squirrels? Is this some vaudeville act for me to get you guys some nuts? So anyway, I look and I'm like, okay, now they're good. So I look back again, and like clearly one of them has like scampered off, and the mom goes after it. The mom's up on the fence, and I see the little baby squirrel. I don't know if it's the one who just like got his life back,
right,
or the other one, run to my front door, the gate door.
Yeah.
He can't get up. He's too small. Starts jumping. Like I'm seeing like tiny squirrel fingers being like, Mom, Jesus Christ, come and get me. Long story short, I haven't seen them since. I'm assuming what was happening is that like baby squirrels were in my tree. Mom went to go find food or something.
Yeah, they got
baby
lost.
Squirrel fell out and was like, holy shit,
Delirious
I've got a concussion.
Yeah.
And then brother squirrel showed up and was like, don't go to sleep, dude. You got a concussion.
Yeah. We'll get through this.
Great. I can. The irony of me sitting here and being like, fuck squirrels all day, and then for the next hour, all I cared about was the life of a tiny squirrel.
You nursed them back to health.
It was just the universe being like,
hey, they're not that bad, Mamrie.
Or, I still don't want them near me, but it was definitely just like, hey, you're really shit talking when your heart is not that cold.
Well, if I leave today and they're back out there doing their routine, we'll know for sure.
I can't.
That was incredible.
I mean, truly, I'm going to edit this together and add voiceover. It's
like, this is our pitch for the animated feature.
I am going to put it to the Titanic soundtrack. It's crazy. So anyway, that was a wild time.
Guys, wouldn't it be amazing after a long day to come home, you get to your door, and bam, there is a box of 6 different wines just waiting for you to pop open and give a test drive. Ha! Well, that's what can happen with Everlywell. I mean, I know you like to unwind with this podcast with a nice glass of vino. First Leaves makes it simple to discover new wines you'll love. They learn your taste, and then they deliver quality wines right to your door, because let's face it, wine is heavy. Okay? Carrying 6 bottles is a workout in itself. And forget driving to the wine shop, forget shopping by the label, and forget overspending on bottles you don't like. With First Leaf, you rate each wine you receive with a simple thumbs up or thumbs down. Then their experts will send you a personalized selection with new and exciting bottles in every box. In fact, First Leaf can recommend wines you love with a 96% accuracy. As your tastes evolve, so will the wines you receive. And if you're not completely satisfied with the bottle, First Leaf will credit you another. That's wine made simple. I mean, how easy does it get? They quickly learn your taste of what kind of wines you want faster than any type of boyfriend. That's for dang sure. So sign up today and you'll get your first 6 bottles for $39.95 plus free shipping. Go to tryfirstleaf.com/TMGW. That's tryfirstleaf.com/TMGW to get your first 6 bottles for $39.95 plus free shipping. That is absurd. Tryfirstleaf.com/TMGW.
We also have support for today's episode from Athletic Greens. Now, I got curious and started taking an AG1 because I have a curious gut situation. Turns out the founder of Athletic Greens also had the same thing. So what is this stuff? With 1 scoop of AG1, you are absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food-sourced ingredients, probiotics, and adaptogens to help you start your day right. It's a special blend of ingredients that supports your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, your energy, recovery, focus, aging, basically all of the things. And it has a mild tropical taste, so you don't have to worry about flavor. Like I said, Athletic Greens was created when the founder experienced a ton of gut health issues and ended up on a complicated supplement routine to recover, and it cost him over $100 a day. So he created Athletic Greens after experiencing how difficult it was to create an optimal nutrition routine on your own. This costs you less than $3 a day. You're investing in your health, and it's cheaper than, maybe your cold brew habit. I don't know. It also has over 7,000 5-star reviews. It's recommended by professional athletes and trusted by leading health experts like Tim Ferriss and Michael Gervais. So lots of people supporting this. If you are interested at all, make it easy. Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/TMGW. Again, that is athleticgreens.com/TMGW to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. How do you feel about squirrels now?
Again, I don't trust them and I don't want them near me.
Right.
But you can't not
that
care
thing,
about what looked like a 0.2 ounce squirrel.
When I left, I was like, I feel bad leaving Mamrie with this situation. I actively have no idea how to help this situation.
No idea. But then a part of me, I was like, oh no, what if I throw cashews and they both imprint on me? And now I'm a squirrel mother.
That's what I thought you were going to say. That's what I thought. It would be like they've come back and they're doing a new routine where the other one's sick.
I
and
said,
they're like,
bring
please,
back
mother.
my squirrels. Bring back my squirrels.
Well, we'll know now, but I love that they would even realize like a tiny ramekin of water to go over and have. I thought they'd be like afraid of it. But
I'm giving ramekins of waters to now baby hummingbirds, baby squirrels. Keep ramekins in your home. They're great for your condiments. Every home should have them.
And then also disinfect them completely when you're done.
Oh, speaking of disinfectants.
Yeah.
Grace and I had a live stream for Patreon on Saturday. That was so stupid and fun.
So fun. Thank you to all the patrons that showed up for it. That was such a blast.
It was ridiculous. We had a basic bitch fall stream. Grace made a game called Pin the
knee-high riding boots on the basic bitch.
We blindfolded ourselves so you got dizzy. But we also decorated behind us. So there would be the full fall vibes, right? When I went to the dollar store that morning to grab us some more decorations, the couple behind me, I didn't notice till I was leaving because I was just get in, get out.
Yeah.
The couple behind me were in all black, masks, shields.
The clear shields
Clear
on top
shields.
Okay.
They had 10 or at least probably a dozen cans of mega-sized disinfectant.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, these people must be germaphobes or what is
something's going on.
Something's going on. They put all their cans up there, 12 disinfectant.
Just that?
and they go, "Do you guys sell Bacardi 151?"
At the dollar store?
They asked that. And that's what they asked the cashier, and I went, "What the fuck kind of situation are these? What the kind of murder scene? But they gotta get wasted to get through it. Are they doing?"
Oh my god! I mean, that feels like you actually encountered aliens that were trying to be humans for the day, and they were like, "This store has everything we hear."
It's like, you guys came here for 12 cans of non-name brand Lysol and name brand Bacardi 151
at a dollar store. You asked for alcohol. And not just alcohol, Bacardi 151.
I mean, they sell it at the grocery store.
Do they think it costs $1.51?
Also, can I tell you, Chip says he used to drink 151 in college, like with a mixer.
I remember you left it at my apartment in Brooklyn
for
when
flaming
you were doing
butterbeers.
Why, Dad? And I remember going out a couple times and being like, I want to do a drink before I leave my place, and there was nothing. And I tried to do a shot of 151. I was like, thank God I'm not a singer, because that just ruined my entire trachea right now.
I mean, that shit is wild. But I was like, what? I mean, if we didn't have our live stream and I also didn't care about my own life, I would have followed them.
I know, that's it. I have so many questions.
Because I was like, are you disinfecting something that's happened? Or are you getting 151 for some weird fucking orgy you're having, and the disinfectant is for tomorrow?
And they're all dressed in black?
All black.
Wow.
Mask, shields.
Wow.
And it was a guy and a girl.
Okay.
Because the guy was just clearly a guy in stature.
Yeah.
And then the girl was like, "Do you guys have Bacardi 151? And I was just like, what the fuck is going on?
I just can't believe someone thinks that the dollar store has alcohol. But that'd be an incredible dollar store.
Hey, listeners, let us know if in your state the dollar store sells alcohol, and if it is indeed cheaper than, I mean, they get the knockoff stuff. I feel like there's lots of vodkas that they try, or liquors in general, where they try to do new flavors, and I'll be like, "Ooh, Smirnoff unicorn horn, no thank you."
I know, it's everything left over from a playlist event.
Yes, so they're not going to sell them. Why not give them to the dollar store?
Yeah, well, that's that's in line with this. Speaking of, I feel like we just need a segment every week of here's new weird food and beverage items that are coming out. Have you seen the Pepsi S'mores collection?
No.
So it's Pepsi, it's limited edition s'more flavored Pepsi.
Why?
It's toasty marshmallow is one of the flavors. There's graham cracker and chocolate. And so it's a 7.5 ounce can, and the toasty marshmallow base with layers of toasted notes to mimic a light fireside flavor. Graham cracker is, quote, infused with notes of honey and cinnamon to achieve the perfect balance of graham cracker flavor. And chocolate has dominant notes of cocoa throughout with slight hints of vanilla. Blah, 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 blah,
sommeliers of Pepsi. Well, first of all, if someone said to you right now, sorry, I got a nose itch. I'm not picking my nose. If someone said to you right now, what does Pepsi taste like? What would you say?
Well, that's the classic
what's that
Pepsi
flavor?
Coke thing. It's vanilla versus isn't Coca-Cola more of a lemon base?
I have never heard this in my life.
I feel like this is one of the first major internet what team are you on?
Yeah.
Years and years ago.
I mean, Diet Coke tastes more citrusy to me.
Yeah, there are some blind taste tests where it's or maybe it's the reverse, that Pepsi is more like a lemony and Coke has more of a vanilla bean kind of base.
It would make sense because Coke does so many vanilla and vanilla cherry Coke and stuff like that, so that they would lean into that profile.
Yeah, I always opt for Diet Coke. I can't tell you why I would choose it over Pepsi.
Well, last week you were drinking Diet Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, that's, for special occasions.
Is
like
that
a live stream.
Is that a Pepsi brand?
No,
Dr.
I think
it's its own thing. It's its own thing.
John Green talks extensively about
and the Anthropocene Review.
Dr. Pepper, and I think they're the only third-party soda brand that isn't Coke or Pepsi.
Wow.
Yeah, something like that. You can listen to any of their stuff. He talks about it almost every episode on their podcast.
I mean, I guess you know what it would be good for if I'm gonna put a positive spin on this.
Yeah,
people like Coke, I guess Coke, not Pepsi, but floats.
Yeah.
So that,
ice cream floats.
That would work in an ice cream float scenario. But you know what I'm going to say right now, on record, and I dare you to try to
she's fired up,
scrounge up some dirt and prove otherwise. I've never ordered a float in my life. I've never needed to mix those two. Keep them separate in my book.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. It's not something I'm going to order. I do. But my question is, what is going on in the beverage industry?
Yeah.
Because I feel like everyone's just trying to out crazy everyone else and keep up with seasonal flavors or like internet trends. What if, like, that's maybe why I do like Diet Dr. Pepper. They stay the course. They're not trying to be anything that they're not.
They're not doing a collab with Lunchables.
You know what I mean? That we know about yet. I feel like every week Oscar Mayer's got something. I feel like they have someone that listens to our podcast, hears our ideas, and then they go back to their lab and they create.
I'll raise you one. We've got salami tampons hitting the shelves next week.
See, we got hot tamps. They're hot dog tampons.
See, but with Diet Dr. Pepper, it makes sense that they would be wise because they're a doctor.
Very true. There we go. We figured it out.
They're absolutely smart. Did I tell you what I did on my birthday?
No, you told me you were going to tell me about it. You gave me minimal information. You sent me a photo of being like, normal birthday for me with like two of the pit crew guys from Drag Race.
So my friend Tess was coming over for a cocktail or two to catch up, and she was like, oh, and I have like a work thing I'm meeting my husband at if you want to go with me. And I was like, well, we'll see. You know what I mean? You know?
Mamrie's we'll see is it's going to be a yes.
Well, we'll see. Well, I would say you're wrong. And then the next night I stayed out at gay bars till 2 a.m.
There you go.
But so I was like, we'll see if I feel like just staying at home and having martinis by myself because Chip was at work.
Right.
And she had to go, I guess, essentially, you know how Drag Race is under WOW, World of Wonder, is the production company?
Yes.
So she's their PR person.
Oh, okay.
So she was like, the heads of World of Wonder are throwing a party at their house for this charity. And the charity was like amazing. It was like, you know, to help find foster families for displaced LGBTQIA youth. And it was amazing. But so I was like, a fundraiser about sad stuff or like, you know, like it didn't send it, but I was like, I'll go. And then I felt great because the second we got there, the step and repeat was with pit crew members. So if you show up to a party at some like millionaire's mansion and already there's shirtless men taking pics of you, I was like, thank you for throwing me this birthday party,
they've
boys.
set the tone. Wonderful. They were concerned. I was concerned about the tone of this event.
Yeah, exactly. And then we start to walk in and we're immediately like stopped by a woman in a gown and she's like, oh, I'm blah, blah, blah. She's like the head of the charity.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, nice to meet you, etc. And Tess was like, it's her birthday. And she goes, it's my birthday. And we were like, okay, the first person I meet at this party, it's also their birthday. This is a great sign.
And you two are meeting with such strong Virgo energy in that moment.
Yes. I was like, cuss bitch for life. I mean, like, I'm throwing them up. I've already had a martini. So we go in and like, you know, the food spread is great and people are trickling in. And then it was like so many queens came in.
Oh, so fun.
So like I was looking at the silent auction.
Okay.
So, you know, like there were a bunch of different stuff that were up for auction to raise money. There was like yoga with Boyer Chapman. What's his first name?
Oh, Jeffrey Boyer Chapman.
Jeffrey Boyer Chapman.
Yoga with him?
Yoga. He was going to do a private yoga session with you.
Oh, is he a yoga teacher? I guess.
I don't know, but he was there. So much taller than I thought.
We met him once before.
Did we?
Yeah, at the only Oscars, like, or whatever. Remember we went to that one party in Hollywood that was like after the Academy Awards or something?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it was like you, me, and Hannah, and it was like when we were actually working with a PR person. I remember he came up to us and he was like, I love you guys.
What?
And I was like, oh my God, I had just watched what's the scripted show that he's on that's a dramedy of The Bachelor.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and I had just watched like that show, so I was like, "Oh my God, you know who I am? I know who you are. You are incredible."
So he was there and like Mayhem and all these people. It was fantastic, right?
Fun.
Then Michelle Visage shows up. She's so short.
Yeah,
blew my mind. So cute.
She's petite.
She rolls in and I'm like, am I going to be dressed up enough? You know, like the queens are like full whatever.
Yeah.
Like Valentina was there. Like I was at the silent auction looking at the yoga with Boyer Chapman.
Yeah.
And I hear like, excuse me. And I look and it's just Valentina behind me in like a leather beret and like a leather jacket hanging off their thing. I was like,
and you're just like, don't say anything about masks.
Tess,
Don't say anything about masks.
I know. Tess just kept looking at me and going, "This is Disneyland. This is Disneyland."
Like she works with me.
I know. And so I was like, "This is Disneyland." So anyway, Michelle shows up and she's just in like a t-shirt, jean capris.
Whoa!
I was shocked.
Wow!
And
is
like
that gonna be a
slides.
thing?
I was like, "Are jean capris coming back?"
Oh no! I mean, that's just kind of how jeans fit me sometimes. But
Also,
jean capris.
I just realized that's an amazing drag name, Jean Capri. The name's
Miss Jean Capri.
The name's
Welcome to the
Jean
stage.
Capri. I buy everything from Marshalls. But so anyway, they get up. They're doing their whole spiel.
Yeah.
About and it's around the pool and it's about, you know, like what we're raising money for and this and that. And then Michelle grabs the mic and I guess I didn't realize that she was adopted. So she's saying how like close it is to her heart. And then she goes like, also, she goes, why wasn't I one of the silent auctions? I would have gone to dinner with someone. And then she is like working the mic like it is like she's at Caroline's on Broadway.
Amazing.
She's going off and she goes, I would have done a dinner. Yep. Fuck it. Let's do it. I'm going to do an auction now. Who wants to have dinner with me?
A live auction right there.
And it was not planned. And people start bidding. And like even Tess, who'd had like 5 drinks, was like 5,000. I was like, Tess, you were just telling me how you bought a new house and you need to be fiscally conservative.
She's got to lift the going price.
So it goes for $6,500. And between every bid, Michelle Visage is like, I'm a great date. I will gossip. I will talk for hours. I have so much fun. I've talked so much. She's like amping it up, right? It ends up going to celebrity hairstylist Chaz Dean.
Amazing. I mean, this is truly a Mad Libs of a night out.
Yeah. So, but then Michelle ups it because there was a bid for $5,500, 6,000, and then $6,500. And she goes, you know what? Actually, top 3 bids. I'll go to 3 dinners. So within 5 minutes, she made an extra like 20 grand.
Yeah,
or
that's
like,
incredible.
Yeah, like $16,000. And I was just blown away. And then she goes, now I just want to say one more thing, just 2 more words. Reveal yourself. And RuPaul steps in from the back door.
Oh my God.
Looking amazing.
Of course.
And grabs the mic and you know, immediately.
Was Ru in drag?
No, Ru is out of drag.
Okay.
And immediately starts just, you know, like ragging on Michelle and, you know, this and that. And like, and talks for a minute and then hands back the mic. And and then at the end, right before Ru was about to leave out the back door, because Ru was like, I don't have time for this. I'm coming in the back door. I'm leaving. I'm not doing selfies with anyone.
Yep.
Ru just goes, and Ru goes, okay, now enjoy yourself. And, and Moby is DJing. And just Moby, and I mean, there's only like 150 people at this party, and Moby is just behind the DJ booth.
Oh my God!
Cue ball head.
And Moby's teeny tiny, and Ru's a very tall person.
And Ru just hands back the mic, waves, leaves, and Moby starts DJing.
Oh wow!
It was so
literally wow,
surreal. But the only thing is that, because the backyard was mainly a big pool.
See, that was
you couldn't dance. So I was like, after a few drinks, I was like, I don't feel like meeting new people.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna call it because I'm like getting drunk on a, you know.
But that was gonna be my big question. Parties that happen around a pool make me so
nervous, especially when you're dealing with drag queens. Like, I'm sorry, but I saw Mayhem's heel.
It's like a 6-inch, 7-inch heel.
It was a little wonky in the AstroTurf. So all I thought is the second that she goes to walk past the pool and she falls in full hair and makeup, we're gonna have a situation.
That's gonna be a bad time.
It was crazy though, and Ross Matthews was there, who I love so much, and I talked to him for a while.
Oh, good.
And he has a new podcast called Hello Ross, and was like, you guys have to come on.
Yeah.
And then he was saying the guests that he has, and he says he does one with Guy Fieri, and he was like, Guy texts me now. And I was like, I've never,
my goodness.
I was like, with all due respect, Ross, I've never been jealous of you until this moment.
Yeah.
And then I was like, look, I was like, we should pitch another podcast that's me, you, and him called Guys and Dolls.
I literally was trying to think of what would Guys and Dolls be? How could that fit into this universe?
And so we keep talking about random stuff. And then on my way out, he like pretends to get like something in his ear and goes, oh, we just got picked up for a 2nd season of Guys and Dolls. I said, yeah. So it was like a perfect way to spend the birthday. Also, they brought out a lit cake for the woman from from the charity and Michelle Visage, whose birthday had been like a day earlier.
Amazing.
So I just sat there just singing happy birthday to other people and like the weirdest environment. It was fantastic.
That sounds incredible.
It was great.
Wow. I mean, that is a perfect way to do it. Get in, get out, especially before anyone falls in the pool.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen up. When you know more, you can do more. And what if you could use science to discover more about your body? We'll find out what you need for your healthier tomorrow with Everlywell. Everlywell is a digital healthcare designed for you at an affordable and transparent price. With over 30 at-home lab tests, you'll be able to choose the test that makes the most sense for you to get the answers you need, like the women's health test or, in my case, the food sensitivity test. Everlywell also has high-quality vitamins and supplements to support your overall health. Choose from a variety of options, including vitamin D3 and omega-3 fish oil. They ship their products straight to you with everything you need in one package. So to take your at-home lab test, simply collect your sample, use the included prepaid shipping label to mail your test back to a certified lab. Your physician-reviewed results get sent to your phone and device in just days. And you can share the results with your primary care physician to help guide next steps. And if you ordered vitamins and supplements, you can start adding them to your daily routine right away. It is so simple, honestly, and over 1 million people have trusted Everlywell to support their health and wellness goals, and you should too. You guys know good and well that it takes a lot for me to leave my house. I do not want to go to a doctor any more than I have to. So Everlywell has saved me time by getting the tests right to me to help me figure out my food sensitivities and why my cheeks get on fire when I drink margaritas. It is so convenient. I wish they had this my entire life. And for listeners of the show, Everlywell will offer a special discount of 20% off an at-home lab test at everlywell.com/TMGW. That's everlywell.com/TMGW for 20% off your next at-home lab test. everlywell.com/TMGW. Go get some information about your body.
Support for today's episode comes from Faherty. Faherty is all about clothing and accessories for life's most classic moments, whether it's a Friday night football game, the first day of school, hanging with the fam in your backyard this fall. They make clothes and accessories that feel good and make you feel good. Faherty is a family brand that believes comfort and quality are key. It's founded by twin brothers, Alex and Mike. Faherty grew out of their longtime love for the surf and mountains, road trips and beach bonfires. You can get the feeling. They're passionate about craftsmanship and sustainability. Every piece is designed to be a lifetime favorite. In fact, their clothes get even better with age, and if anything happens along the way, Faherty will replace or fix your clothes for life, no matter what happens. Layer your favorite pieces for a cozy fall situation. You can make it easier for yourself with their one-and-done jumpsuits or their best-selling soft and stretchy Legend sweater shirt that has thousands of 5-star reviews. Find a new fall favorite at Faherty. Legendary comfort awaits. I know I'm talking about their clothes, but I found that Faherty has amazing blankets as well. I got myself a high pile fleece blanket in granite. Oh my God, it lives on my couch. I live under it every single night, and it is truly one of the most comfortable blankets I have experienced. And if you're interested right now, Faherty is giving all you listeners 15% off every order. You heard me, get 15% off your order. Head to fahertybrand.com/TMGW and use code TMGW at checkout to get this deal. That's code TMGW at Faherty, FAHERTY brand.com/TMGW for 15% off. fahertybrand.com/TMGW. Man, how was Moby as a DJ?
Great.
Yeah. Okay.
It was just Moby was playing like all my favorite Bowie song, all this, and then of course Chip is working, so I'm texting him and I'm like, and now Moby is DJing, and Chip responds and he's like, man, people give him hate, but he's an OG. I mean, I loved Moby. His album that came out that was like, hey. I would go around my house doing a made up lyrical choreography to it all the time.
Well, I remember that vaguely, and maybe this isn't true, but an MTV Cribs that he did where his place in New York was so minimalist.
Yeah.
And he just had one piece of art on the wall that I think was an original frame from The Simpsons.
Oh, really?
Episode. And I was like, he's cool. He seems very cool.
Yeah. I mean, if he's problematic, we take this all back.
Yes, of
I haven't
course,
done
obviously.
any research on Moby in 15 years, but We don't know anything. But I do know he has a vegan restaurant.
Yes.
Like, I don't know, half a mile away from me. And then also he had a place in the Lower East Side, like in the mid 2000s called Teeny. Like Teany. That was vegan. And that was like the first vegan place I'd ever been to, and was like, oh, welcome to New York. There's stuff I can eat.
Before that vegan woman that the documentaries made.
Oh, yeah.
After, right?
Oh, 1,000%. So that was super fun.
Nice. That sounds like a great birthday.
Yeah. The next night I went out to dinner and we were leaving. It was me and two friends, and he was like, I'm headed to the gay bar. And I was like, oh, well, I'll just ride with you because it's easier to get an Uber from there than our other friend's house. And then I went to 2 gay bars.
Hey.
And which was great, but I went to the one that like you don't bring your straight girlfriend to.
Oh, so what do you do?
So I went to the original, the first one, and it's like lots of hipsters and doing the thing and whatever. And then my friend Steve meets me, and he's like, well, I'm going to the like hardcore gay bar where there's going to be people in like leather masks and shit. And I was like, I want to go. Like truly we went to dinner at 5:30. I was like, I'm going to be in bed watching Southern Charm by 9.
Yep,
and now it's 1 a.m. and I'm like full of gin, being like, I can hang with the leather daddies.
Why don't I wear leather like this?
What's going on? So I go with him and I'm like, oh, he's like, you don't understand. I have not brought a girl here. And I walk in, and truly it was probably like 300 dudes, and I was the only girl I saw.
Wow.
Like, it was wild. So we're having fun. We're doing our thing. And in the other room, they're having like Mr. Bear of the Year.
Great.
Like they have like, I don't know, but there's so many rooms in this place. I was like, I thought I was going to like a bar. I didn't know I was going to like
a dungeon.
This castle/dungeon. Like there's a guy who's like a shoe shine because like that's a fetish. It was crazy.
Oh, wow.
Right? So anyway, I'm like, Steve, I actually gotta go. I was not planning on doing this. I am. Grace and I have our live stream tomorrow. I gotta go buy disinfectant.
Maybe that's where those people at the dollar store came from the night before.
They're the cleanup crew
for the bar.
For the Eagle in Silver Lake. So anyway, so I leave, and on my way out, I get stopped by someone, and they look at me, and I turn, and it's a guy in with a beard and a crown, and goes, Mamrie, I just won Bear of the Year, and can I just say I am such a fan of yours.
Amazing.
I was like, this is perfect. I get in my Uber and I'm texting Steve, and I was like, got recognized at your favorite bar
by Bear of the Year,
by none other than the Bear of the Year.
2022's Bear of the Year.
Needless to say, I tied one on this week.
You did it. I mean, that's how you enter the next year of your life.
There was a whole rap party at Dave & Buster's.
Oh man. Oh right. Bar Rescue had a rap party
after like literally a 2-year season.
Jesus,
that's crazy.
I mean, I will say that Dave & Buster's is a great place for a rap party.
I think so too.
It's enough activity for people to do stuff and also still hang out.
Yeah,
I got no notes.
They had like a private room with like, great. Catering that was like pigs in the blanket. And like
wonderful.
I said pigs in the blanket.
In the blanket. Like the blanket is a celebrity. That's like Michael Jackson's child.
Oh, but what was great is there was a DDR machine there, and obviously Chip loves DDR.
Does the crew know how good he is at
Only a couple people have seen him do it. So anyway, we're in
magical.
like the private room, and like, people are eating, and there's an open bar, and we're like having the best time, and people have given speeches, and then just like one by one, like people are coming up to me being like, we're finally going to get to see it, huh? And I was like,
legendary.
I was like, what? And then my friend Jim comes up. He goes, okay, let me tell you the scoop though. He goes, there's a DDR machine out there. There's a guy out there who's been here all day playing. Oh, no. He has a duffel bag. He has
he's camping out.
He has like a sweatband thing on him.
Yeah.
This is his vibe, right? So Chip is like, let's do a drive-by. Let's go check out the scene. See the skills. We start to walk out. Someone grabs me and is like, is he going to do it? I was like, no.
Not yet.
I was like, we got to listen. There's a warm up.
Yeah. Don't send out the warning shots for everyone yet.
No pressure. Loudest crew of people ever.
Yeah.
And so we go by, and the guy is in all black. Okay. With like a sweatband do-rag kind of thing.
Okay.
And they have the bars at the back that like technically you can grip and like have your feet ready.
Yeah.
He's using the grip method, which Chip does not do.
Wow.
Chip is a full body upright guy.
Okay.
Right? So we see he's doing it. We're like, okay, what's up? And so then Chip swoops in and he's like, do you mind if I play beside you? And he's like, no. And Chip was like, look, I got like unlimited games because I'm here with a party.
Yeah.
So I'll pay for them as long as you don't mind me playing beside you. And so he does. So I sit there and I'm like, okay.
So when they play side by side, are they playing
The same song. Oh, the same song.
Shit, that would make me so nervous.
I know. So they start dancing.
They start doing the thing.
Honestly, I was like, is this what professional athletes' wives feel like?
Right, I know.
I was like, am I an MMA wife being like, don't get your ass kicked?
I know.
So anyway, so a couple bar people walk by. I go, not yet. And like, I keep them going. Chip plays, does 3 dances in a row.
Yeah.
Sets the machine's top score.
Wow. Good for Chip.
So we go back in, we have a drink, and then it's like, it's happening. Of course, the guy's still there. Chip comes out once again, kicks his ass like twice in a row.
I feel like Chip needs entrance music at this point.
I also just felt bad because the poor sweet guy is playing, and then Chip has like 30 people on his side that are like, let's go.
This has now become literally like a boxing match.
Like the guy was very entertained. He was just like, all of a sudden there's like people cheering for him. But yeah, he got the top score. And then I was like, well, that's the best day ever, except that he then ate a street hot dog and threw up all night. But other than that, a great day.
You know, it's okay to make mistakes after such a night of success. And it really does. I've seen him only play, I think, here at your place when you guys had that mat.
No, it's different when it's on a stationary thing that can take some real jiggling.
I bet, because I've seen him play here. It's like he enters a different mindset. That's like, Chip's no longer with us right now. Chip is in the game right now.
It's you with Beat Saber.
I know, truly. It just like completely shifts focus, and it's like, wow, I can't even keep up my eyes on what's happening right now.
It's so much fun. And I'm sorry, I feel like I just went, this is the Mamrie recap week.
I got nothing. I'm having a very low-key week. We're going out of town this weekend, which will be fun. So I'm being very low-key. We're going to go get massages later today.
Yeah.
Which will be very...
Birthday massage?
Yeah, it's this place that we went to. The last time I got a massage was at this place before we went home for the holidays last December.
Called?
It's called Reboot.
Oh.
And which is
a new show on Hulu I auditioned for and didn't get.
This place, the woman last time literally stood on my back.
Wait, it's a Thai massage.
It's like, well, there's one that I got that I thought was just called like the workplace massage. It was just for like people that sit in computer chairs all day, and it's all neck and shoulders, and you fill out like a piece of paper where you circle the body parts that you're like, this is where I want the focus to be.
Yeah.
By the end of it, this woman I was face down. She was
ass
on
up.
top of me with her feet, and Elliot was next to me, and it's one of those things where the place is so serene and quiet that when you're like like that, you just can like hear.
You're like, that was my spine, not my butthole.
I know that. I was like, I hope I don't shit myself right now because she is working my lower back with her heels.
Wait, do you guys get them in the same room?
This is what happened last time. It was like a couples massage thing, and it was great because Elliot loves massages. We don't do them, and so this was like my gift to him before we went home for the holidays last year. And so I was like, I really just want to have the most low key birthday, and so we're gonna do that and go out to dinner. So it should be really
that
chill.
sounds perfect.
I know. I'm excited. So that will be great. My shoulders can get some relaxation in.
Yeah. What if you are all of a sudden like 6'2"?
I know.
What if it just lengthens you out and all of a sudden you're freakishly tall?
I know. It's one of those things too.
Or your neck is like a giraffe.
I know. I'm like, they don't really announce what they're doing. So last time I just remember being like, okay, am I like, okay, we're doing this now, and we're sitting up, and she's wrapping her arms around me and like pulling my back.
Oh my God.
I don't know what I'm supposed to go with, so I'm just gonna be your rag doll, and good luck.
Wish I could see your face when someone embraces you and starts pulling you.
She got behind me with her legs and wrapped her arms around me and started doing this. And I'm probably like a good 6 inches taller than this woman. And it's just my face being like, okay, here we go.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I hope it gets super weird.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Well, this got weird.
Mm-hmm.